What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Power Book 4 Force Episode 6 Season 1 review. Okay, so on tonight's episode, we see Tommy helping Claude bury Mai somewhere in the woods of Chicago. And he basically stresses to her that this is who we are, this is what we do, this is a part of the game. And she's just soaking up the knowledge because, she's still shook that she has taken her first body. So then we see Jannard, Diamond, and D-Mac at Elijah's funeral. Everybody is suited and booted. Jannard blames Tommy for Elijah's death and brings it up at the funeral, and Diamond like, nigga, this ain't the time nor the motherfucking place, and we all knew what we was getting ourselves into. Like, you can't blame everything on Tommy, but his character is just so gun-ho on hating Tommy and just being a fucking cokehead and just being angry and just getting on my nerves with that ugly ear. So, and then across town we see the Flynns at like a pub or whatever, having Simon's funeral, and Claude is standing next to her father, who is having another coughing fit, and she was like, look, you've been having this cold for quite some time. And he was like, it's the seasons changing, making up any excuses. She looking at him like, nigga, I know something the fuck is up, because remember that Gloria had made mention to something being up with her daddy. So she's starting to kind of slowly put two and two together. Meanwhile, Vic is just in the trance because, Simon was his man or whatever. So Claude was like, I'm going to go over here and talk to him. And Walter was like, nah, let me go talk to him. And you would think that, he would show his son some fatherly love in this moment, that somebody close to him has passed away. But no, he takes this moment to blame Vic for Simon getting killed, because if he would have never been out here doing whatever he was doing, Simon would still be alive. And I was like, God damn, Walter, can you just be a father for once and love on your children? You are just so filled with anger. Jesus the Christ. So we then see Claude go outside with Vic, who's out there taking a smoke break. And she was like, look, whatever you doing, you need to stop this side hustle, because that's why daddy is mad at you. And he was like, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? How about I go in there and tell him about the little shit you got going on? And she was like, that was just a fad. You was right. It was nothing. And lying to his face that she's not still out here pushing this super drug that she has came across. Now, one thing about this scene that I did not like was when she took the cigarette from his hand and took a puff and blew out smoke. There was no smoke that came out of her mouth. I need for production to do better with that. They should have had like one of the actual mechanical cigarettes that blow out the smoke. There was no smoke that came out of her mouth, and it was no smoke that came out of his. So that I felt they dropped the ball on, and I hated that leather coat that she had on, like just ugly. Walter back inside tells Paulie that there's hope for his son Andre, who we met 2 episodes ago, that is homeless and on drugs. And Uncle Paulie just sitting there kind of like, stoic in the face, like, I don't even really know about that. Like, I don't really know. So Andre is going to come into effect sooner or later and be a big pivotal part of this whole universe, and I think getting them caught the fuck up, because I think the feds are going to use him as an entryway into getting into the family, because you got to think about it, all he wants is drugs. So these motherfucking fed cops are fucking crooked as fuck. So I can see them supplying him and telling him, or pretending like he cleaned him up or something, and have him infiltrate the family and bring back information to the feds, much like they did with Pookie in New Jack City. I keep on addressing New Jack City with this show for some reason, but that's what it's giving me, and I can see them doing it, and him being the one that snitches on the family and ruins everything. So we then see Jannard, Tommy, Vic, and Diamond meet up in the basement of the barbershop. And of course, Jannard is in his fifis and blamed Tommy for Elijah being killed. And he was like, we lost somebody on both of our sides, talking about him and Vic. He was like, who you over here dropping flowers for? And Tommy was like, this is what we do. This is who we are. Like, you act like you ain't never, put in no motherfucking work. And Diamond was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, you shut the fuck up, Eeyore. Like, he talking facts. Like, we all knew what we was getting into. Sorry that your man's died, but this was the risk that we was all willing to take. But at this point, them other niggas then had a powwow and decided that they don't want to play with him no more. He out the group. They done kicked him out like he Latavia or Latoya from Destiny's Child or whatever. And they all say that they voted. And he was like, oh, okay, that's what we doing now? Oh, all right. So Diamond was like, we'll buy the coke you got from you, all of it. So Tommy was like, all right, 10 keys, 30 apiece. And Jannard was like, no. But they end up going with his price. So Tommy was like, all right, well, I'll get with y'all later when y'all got my motherfucking money. I'll give you the motherfucking products. And he like chucked them the deuces because he ain't got time for no mealy mouse ass bullshit. He needs some motherfucking soldiers that's ready to ride. You could tell like Diamond low key still wanted to fuck with him, but Jannard is his family, so of course he gonna stick with family. But Diamond get it. Diamond and Tommy on the same wavelength. So after Tommy leave, they all discuss how after this they all separate and go in their own separate ways. You don't deal in my territory, I won't deal with yours. We gonna keep it the fuck moving. But Vic was like, we can still make this work. You know what I'm saying? And Diamond was like, nah, it's just too much heat, too much bullshit. Let's just keep it like it is. And if you want to just be on the safe side and play it cool, that is the best way to do it. But if you're really trying to go there and make, a dent in the game and really do something, they should have all stayed together. But for storyline purposes, I just don't see how that would work with all of them being on the same side. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what's going to end up happening is Tommy and Claude are going to blow the fuck up with this Delilah drug. They going to run out of product at some point unless they are able to the Serbian pipeline is open now, so it's gonna become a war about who gonna take over that pipeline. It's just about to be some mess. And Tommy ain't got nothing to do with that shit because y'all didn't want to fuck with me in the first place. Or one of them is gonna end up trying to get in with Tommy and this Delilah drug, and then that's gonna cause a whole big ass problem as well too. So we then see Diamond at Tommy's spot, giving him the money for the product, and was basically like, see you down the road. And he was like, all right, Playboy, see you later. So Diamond dips. Liliana comes in and he tells her that he investing his money in the Delilah drug. And she was like, is this something I need to get in on? And he was like, look, just take your money. Like, and she was like, nah, nigga, I'm investing in this. If you in, I'm fucking in. And he was like, bitch, you just got fucking shot. Sit your ass the fuck down. And she was like, man, fuck this little bullet wound. I'm down. Like, ain't shit stopping me. And I fucks with Liliana. Liliana is a true one. I fucks with her. I just want her to comb her hair. Do something with it. I'm tired of her walking around here looking like El DeBarge in the Everybody on the Rhythm of the Night video. Like, I want her to get some clothes or something. Like, I need for her to stop dressing like she get all her clothes from Old Navy. That is a problem. So, we then see Claude text Tommy. So he go over to her house and Claude was basically on some how we gonna get Delilah out there with people not knowing that it's us, because she can't let her father know what she out here in the streets doing. So he was like, let's sell it at conventions. And she was like, that's old school. Like, this is a sexy drug. Like, he was like, look, girl, you trying to sell purses or you trying to sell motherfucking drugs, bitch? Like, the fuck? This ain't Euphoria. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna rock with you. We gonna see how this goes. So she wants to, of course, keep this away from her father and from Vic. She was like, they cannot know. So Tommy tells her that, all right, we can do that, but I'm bringing my girl Liliana in on this. And she was like, who is Liliana? You could tell she was feeling some type of way, because you could tell she's already growing feelings for Tommy. Like, she was looking like, who is this bitch in your life? Like, I'm the only bitch in your life. And he tells her about Liliana, how she ran for him back in the day, and how, she loyal as fuck. She never, gave him up. Like, she 100% is in on this. So then she brings up her man Reggie, the little Latino Puerto Rican man or Mexican man that we met a few episodes back, and was like, he could be our distro. Tommy like, nah, I'm not down. Like, I'm not down with this nigga. He ain't shit. Dog, I ain't fucking with it. So she steady trying to bring him on, and Tommy was like, nah. And honestly, Tommy was right about this, using his discernment. So next thing we see is Claude get a phone call, an urgent phone call. So we don't know what it is, but the next thing we see is Walter at his dialysis center, which he uses as a front, of course, to sell their drugs, which is being raided by the feds. Those two black Fed officers have got a warrant or whatever the case may be, or something, in order to get in there to raid the place. And they was like, we need some paperwork to show that this is a legitimate business. So Walter tries to get into the computer system, but he don't even fucking know the password. And they're like, excuse me, sir, you got like 2 minutes or we gonna lock your ass the fuck up too. And just when things is looking crazy, in come Claude, and she puts in the right password, is able to print off the paperwork in less than 2 minutes, and was like, see, this is why you can't do what I do. Okay, daddy, move your old ass on. So she gives the Fed officers the documents and was like, get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck out of here ASAP. So they got the, get everybody up out of there because they don't have no evidence and everything is on the up and up. So she closes the door, and instead of praising her, telling her thank you for saving the day, thank you for saving our asses, Walter goes on to say, this is why you not ready, because you ain't nowhere to be found. I don't know what the fuck you out here doing, but you need to chill. Da, 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 da. And she just standing there looking at him like, I know you motherfucking lying, you silverback bitch, you. And I'm like, damn, Walter, can you just ever be nice to your children? Have we had a nice parent on this show yet? I guess Tasha was the only nice parent. Her mama wasn't shit. Ghost wasn't shit. Then we got Monet ain't shit. Kate wasn't shit. Rocky ain't shit. Her brother on that show ain't shit. Like, can we get a decent loving parent on this show? Like, goddamn, can one of these kids get a hug? So Jannard and Diamond at the shop chopping it up, and he's just happy that his brother is back on board with him and not fucking with Tommy. Diamond sticks up for Tommy or whatever. He was like, look, I know you got feelings for that little white motherfucker, but fuck him. Like, this is us. We supposed to be doing this shit together. So Jannard suggests that with the money they about to make off this product, that they take some of the money and put it in escrow, so when the Serbians do come back, they can just give them the money, to get them up off their ass. And he was like, look, I'm telling you, like, we don't need nobody else. As long as we got each other, we good. And that's why I'm saying that at some point, Diamond gonna break off from him again, and he gonna go back into his weirdo shit and try to go against his brother, because he keep on stressing, it just need to be me and you, it just need to be me and you, just need to be me and you. I'm like, God damn it, do you want to fuck your brother? Calm the fuck down, bitch. Jesus. So Paulie then finds Walter laid out on the fucking floor in his office. I'm like, can we please see another part of this house instead of this goddamn office production? Can we get another room, a dining room or something? So he like, Walter, like, what the fuck? And so Walter was like, I must have passed the fuck out of some shit. He trying to downplay the shit, but little did he know his head fucking bleeding. And Paulie was like, look, you need to go to the doctor. He was like, I don't need to go to the fucking doctor. He was like, yes, you do. He was like, you don't think I know? I peep everything around here. You need to go to the doctor, and you need to let these kids know what's going on with you, because they don't need to go through this twice, because remember, his deceased wife died from cancer as well. And here go Walter, or you need to shut the fuck up. This nigga hard at all times. Like, damn, nigga, who is hard at all times? Like, Walter looked like the type of motherfucker on Christmas morning, I don't fucking like these gifts. Like, he just angry all the fucking time. Jesus, did your parents love you, nigga? So Polly is low-key getting sick of him. Like, he's sick of him. He's sick of his smart mouth. He's sick of him fucking butting into his children's life. He's sick of him and his attitude. and him being stubborn. Like, you can tell, like, Paulie is sick of this nigga. So we then see Janora pull up on D-Mac in the hood and tells D-Mac that he want him to do a job for him. He was like, I want you to watch Tommy for me for 5 G's and report back anything you see. And so D-Mac was like, you want me to babysit this nigga? Like, the fuck? He was like, look, I do it for 5 G's. He was like, but if you ever want me to pop that nigga, please believe I ain't doing it for less than 10. And that's sad because, you know, that's what these little niggas is out here really doing, popping niggas for 10 G's. Like, risking your whole life for $10,000. Like, Jesus the Christ. So Liliana goes to the convention center to scope out the place. She on her phone scoping out the place with, you know, her ear pod in her ear. Meanwhile, Tommy and Claude are sitting outside on their tablet viewing everything. So they scoping out the place, seeing where the cameras are, seeing where policemen are and security. And he was like, see, I told you. Like, I told you, like, we'll be able to pull this shit off. And she was like, yeah, me and Liliana can walk up in there fine, but you can't. He was like, girl, you don't know me. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. And then the next thing we see is Tommy coming down the escalator in this badass motherfucking suit. I need to know who fucking made that suit. Because that suit right there, baby, was hard as shit. The cutouts in the chest, the cutout in the back, the way that it was tailored to perfection, the broad shoulders, that suit was nasty as fuck, and he looked good as hell in it. Yes, ma'am. Whoever was in the costume department did the damn thing with that motherfucking suit. Best outfit so far of the whole goddamn season. So Tommy goes in there and puts the package of Delilah in 2 lockers. Liliana hands him the key when he comes in, and so he puts the product in 2 lockers and he dip out. And so he goes back to the truck and he was like, see, you ain't think I could do it. He was like, you know, I didn't have to put on a suit a time or two in my line of work. And he was like, you know, my ex-partner, you know what I'm saying, he used to wear suits like this every motherfucking day or whatever. She was like, well, you look good. Like, I hope whatever he had rub off on you. And he was like, shit, I hope so too. And I like how they keep on making references to Ghost in this series. So it's obvious that we're on track for Tommy and Claude to eventually end up fucking around with each other. But I don't know how far they're gonna go with this whole storyline with him and Claude. Because A, Claude like pussy. B, she's Walter's daughter. She's sneaky as fuck. I don't trust her. She gives me his ex vibes that he had to kill on Ghost or whatever. She gives me one of them, like, she all for self. Like, she seemed like the more power she gets, the more self-destructive and money hungry and power driven she will become. I still think that they're going to circle back around to him and Gloria at some point, because this kumbaya shit between him and Vic ain't gonna last forever. I think at some point him and Vic are going to beef, not only over her but over this drug shit and him possibly going into business with his sister, fucking his sister. It's gonna be a lot of fucking drama there. So we then see Walter and Paulie sitting down talking, and Walter asks Paulie about the Serbians, and Paulie was like, no one wants to claim the hits yet. Soon as smoke clears though, motherfuckers gonna start the talking. So we then see D-Mac watching Tommy as he coming out of somewhere going to his car. And at first I thought Tommy knew somebody was following him, because the way they had him looking around, I still low-key feel like he knows that, like, something ain't right. Like, something is going on. So we then see Liliana going to the mechanic shop and dropping off an envelope with a key and a phone and a note in it to the little Latino lady at the mechanic shop, and she pull up on the little Amish people or whatever that he fucked with in one of the previous episodes too, and give them the same package. So they both go to the little convention center, to the locker, and pick up the package at the same time, not knowing that they doing the same damn thing. Meanwhile, Claude and Tommy are sitting outside in the truck watching all of this go down. Now, they don't know who they even corresponding with. They just seen Liliana roll up on them. They don't know who they fucking with. So If they did know, I don't know they knew, because when I watched the episode, I got to watch the episode early because a friend of mine are able to get, episodes early. But what I saw was my damn microphone about to go out. Where's my thing? What I think I don't know if Liliana, when she was speaking to old girl in Spanish, said that it was Tommy, because I didn't have my subtitles on. But anywho, so where was I at? As they leaving out, Tommy then texts both of them saying, you doing good so far. Basically, I'm gonna hit you up again, so just be on ready. So they looking like shit, alright. And so he like, look, we might be able to pull this shit off. Like, this shit is super cool. And so Reggie hitting up Claude again. And so Tommy like, damn, like, this motherfucker thirsty as fuck. So she steady like, we should work with him. He could be our distro. Tommy tell her like, ghost that nigga. I could tell he ain't shit. Like, I could tell within 15 seconds if I'm gonna fuck with a person or not. And she was like, you knew it with me. And he was like, I knew it in the first 10. And so she kind of smirked. He was like, look, don't let that shit go to your head. Like, calm the fuck down. But they got a little chemistry going on there between them. Are y'all seeing it for Tommy and Claude, or do you see it for Tommy and Gloria? Let me know down below in the comment section. Of course, I want Gloria. I'm gonna root for the black girl. So Tommy then, So then we see the feds pull over Paulie, and they ask how long he gonna cover for his brother-in-law. And he was like, basically, I'm gonna stick beside him because it's gonna take a lot to bring that motherfucker down. But when he pulled up the window on them, you could tell that he's a little bit worried that this time some shit is about to go down. And like I said, I could think that he feels some type of way towards Walter for maybe how his sister was treated before she passed, about how his niece and nephews are turning out. It's some shit there, like probably getting sick of Walter ass. So we then see Walter tell Vic to find out what Claude is up to, and he was like, no, not doing that. So he was like, and who we gonna have Sunday dinner? Where we gonna have Sunday dinner at, here or at Claude's house? And he was like, why the fuck you bringing up Sunday dinner to me? Like, the fuck, I told you to see what your sister up to. He was like, look, I'm bringing Gloria to Sunday dinner. And the daddy was like, she is not welcome. You are not marrying her ass. What the fuck? I got, like, how many times we got to go through this? And Vic was like, I'll be seeing you. Like, I'll be seeing you there Sunday with my lady. Point blank and period. And Walter standing there like, I know you. If bitch, I will still take you over my knee and whoop you. So Tommy then is at his grandmother's house helping JP move the stove. And Tommy asked JP, how did he get so far into debt? And JP was like, custody lawyer fees, private investigators, paying for the club, my father hospital bills, and like before I knew it, I was in over my head. So then JP was like, how you got so much motherfucking money? And Tommy was like, look, I told you I'm a businessman. He was like, look, motherfucker, how you get into this shit? And so meanwhile, D-Mac is outside the window watching and like, what the fuck? Like, why are these two motherfuckers together? Like, how they even know each other? What the fuck is going on here? So he just walk off all confused. So JP presses Tommy about, how you getting your money, and Tommy finally tell him I'm a drug dealer. And so JP was like, I used to deal back in the day. He was like, nope. Just because you sold a couple of dime bags, nigga, don't mean that you a motherfucking dope dealer. You ain't getting nowhere near this. I'm not getting you involved, period. And so Tommy was like, look, I'll continue to help you financially. He was like, I don't want you to help me financially. I just need a break. I need a way to get out of this debt on my own or whatever. And I'm like, please stick to your guns, Tommy. Do not let this motherfucker get into the game. But like I said, JP's an innocent. At some point, JP is going to end up getting killed. Watch what I tell you. And then I feel like because Tommy won't let him into the organization, he's going to end up reaching out to Kate. And that's how Kate is going to get back involved into the storyline and come to Chicago. And there could be more kids out there, more brothers and sisters that we don't even fucking know about. Who knows? So Diamond and Janor oversee their workers dealing or whatever, and Janor asks Diamond, like, how did you even know that I could take over when you got locked up? He was like, because there was other CBI members that was ahead of me that could have taken over. And Diamond was like, none of them had my blood though. And now you could tell the way the actor did his face, it was kind of like, so that's the only reason why you picked me, because we was family? Like, you didn't know, like, I was smart enough to do it, I was tough enough to do it, like, the fuck? Or just because I'm connected to you, like, it all come back to you? Like, you could tell, like, his character is hella jealous of his brother. I just need for whoever's in the hair department to stop putting that Beijing in Chris Lofton's hair, because it looks horrible. Either make that nigga go bald, or just put that nigga a cap on, because that Beijing is not Beijing. So Reggie's still calling Claude. She ain't answering the phone. Tommy's still on some no, we not fucking with him. And by the way, get you a burner phone and bring in a legit distro, sis, because this is not gonna work. And let's go pull up on this motherfucking cook. So they go pull up on the cook or whatever and tell her, take us to the lab. So D-Mac then goes to the barbershop and returns the money to Jannard and was like, I'm not fucking with it, find somebody else. And Jannard looking like, what the fuck happened to you? He was like, look, girl, I don't want to deal with it anymore. So at some point, hopefully within the next episode, we'll finally have him either pull up on Tommy, like, how the fuck you know that nigga, or something, because I'm ready for the dots to be connected, that they're all family. So Vic tells Gloria that he's distancing himself from his father and that he invited her to dinner. And of course, she is overjoyed by this. She's so happy. Loved her hair in this scene. Looked so cute. As they hugging and kissing, it's a drive-by shooting. This car pull around on them, start blasting. They duck behind the car. She grabbed his gun and get the dumping on the people in the car, because remember, she used to be in the motherfucking service, so she ain't no lily ass pussy ass bitch. So he was like, you all right? She was like, yeah, I'm good. And so at first I thought it was Walter that did it. Like, Walter did it to scare them or something like that, or to legit kill her. That's what I immediately thought. So Diamond finds some lady sitting in his booth at the diner. And he ended up sitting with her. They flirting or whatever. He found out the chick name was Adrian. She eating one of his grandmama recipes or whatever. They flirting or whatever. Next thing you know, they back at his crib fucking. I was like, so everybody just gonna meet and fuck on the same night? Like, god damn. Now they sexy. Isaac. Isaac. I don't always look like this. And we from the same hometown. Hit me. So at that part where he was like kissing on her chest and then he looked up in her eyes, I was
sorry, you guys. So my battery on my mic had went out and I didn't even know it, but the video picks up right here. So she ends up leaving, and as she's walking out, she gets another text message, and it's an article about Diamond being in jail for 15 years. So either she's a journalist or she's a Fed agent. One or the other, and both of them are bad news. So only thing about this character, pretty girl, cute shape, good actors from what we've seen so far. I just wish that they would have casted somebody differently, because it's the same aesthetic and look as Cara Dad and as Gloria. Same caramel skin, big curly hair. Like, can we get somebody different, a different aesthetic, a chocolate girl? Hell, even if you're gonna make a light skin, can the bitch have short hair? Like, it's the same aesthetic. Like, let's do something different, please. And I hated that leather jacket that she had on in that scene. It was giving me MacGyver. It was giving me Tomb Raider. It was the same cut as Claude's coat at the funeral. I just didn't like it at all. It looked cheap, so, and outdated. It looked like some shit from the late 80s. So Claude, Tommy, and Liliana go to the lab with the cook. They looking around, looking at everything, and she was like, I didn't know that this was gonna be an ongoing thing, bro. And Tommy was like, you good, like, whatever you need, we got it for you, no problems. But she's still scared as shit. So then we go back to the mechanic at her mechanic shop, and she had one of her peoples test out the drug. He take the drug, and of course it's just euphoric. And then she tested out, she on another pipeline or whatever. So now they see how good this shit work, and they text Tommy like, we in. So he was like, bet, like, shit is good. So he was like, yo, where the cook at? And Liliana was like, she in the bathroom. You know, I think you really kind of like scared her or whatever. So Liliana asked, does he think that Claude really got heart to really do this? He was like, yeah, like, she want this bad. She was like, because you know, whenever you ready, he was like, yo, chill, we ain't even there. Like, because Liliana on go. Liliana already see that she cool, but I don't know if we're going to be able to trust her like that. And I'm like, you better listen to your people right here. So Tommy was like, yo, go check on her. So then they show Liliana going to check on the cook or whatever. I think it was supposed to be more to that scene, but you know how they say that they overwrite over there at Power, so a lot of shit get cut out. But I think something ended up getting cut out of that scene right there. So Reggie follows Claude as she's pulling off or whatever, and so she driving in the car and she don't even know she being followed. And I'm like, as much as this hoe like to follow people, she don't know she being followed. I feel like that was a slip on the writer's part. Like they should have had her knowing that she was being followed, as much as her ass followed everybody else. So Vic goes to his pop's crib, heated, pissed off, and was like, somebody just tried to take a shot at me. So the daddy was like, what the fuck? And he was like, I bet it was them fucking CBRs. And so Vic was like, nah, it wasn't them. I bet it was the Serbians. And so the daddy was like, why the fuck would the Serbians try to take you out? Or was it that fucking Tommy Egan? You make a move with him, you dumb son of a bitch. Between you and your sister, all I do is run interference. And so the daddy is going to fuck off. And so at first I was like, is he just acting? Or did the Serbians really fucking do it? But then that's when it dawned on me, like, yo, daddy ain't even motherfucking playing. He being dead ass. Like, he didn't even have him or his people do this shit. So the Serbians really did pull up on Vic and try to take his ass out. So the daddy at this point is just pissed. He is tired of these niggas going in behind his back causing all of this fucking ruckus. So Diamond returns home and finds the girl Adrian on his doorstep with some food. And he was like, oh shit, 2 nights in a row? She was like, yeah. How would you like to have breakfast for breakfast? I would have said, how you like to have this pussy for breakfast? But I'm a different kind of hoe. So he kissed her and they go into the crib, and I was like, it's gonna be me and you, Isaac. Me and you. So Reggie pulls up on Cloud and she's locking some shit up in storage. And I'm wondering, what the fuck was she putting in that storage? Did I miss something here? Somebody tell me down below, did I miss something? But he pull up on her and was like, where the fuck is my product at? Like, bitch, you thought you just gonna get away from me like that? You think you just gonna play with me? So he didn't punch her in the motherfucking face and get to choking her, trying to kill her ass. And so she takes her ring and slices his motherfucking eye and blinds him. He was like, you blinded me, bitch. So when he turned around, she was able to take his gun from out the back of his pants. And she was like, now I'm really about to blind him and shoot him in the back of his head. So now this bitch got 2 bodies within 2 days. I'm like, what the fuck? This bitch went from not having no bodies to all the bodies in the goddamn world. And I'm like, goddamn, here we go. So then we see her and Tommy back at the same spot as they were in the beginning of the episode, burying Reggie's body now. And Tommy was like, this is who we are. And she was like, yep, this is what we do. Like, she in it now. She is in it like Bennett. Still don't trust her, but she's in it. So we then see at the very last of the episode, Walter, fine ass, with them glasses on. When Walter put them glasses on, baby, oh, how you doing? He can get it. And I love what he have on his Escott. Ooh, is it Escott? Is that what it's called? Is it Escott? Is it not? Is it an Escott? What is it called? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Ascot. Honey, in his little white crisp shirt, his suit or whatever. Yes, ma'am. So he walking there with his hands behind his back, walking leisurely into this like look nightclub, pub, whatever, bar. And we see 3 guys sitting at the table laughing and joking. And at first I was like, oh shit, was it his people that he had shoot at Vic and them? But then he walked in there and he was like, you cunts. And I'm thinking he about to get on them for fucking up, like almost literally killing my son. And so he shoot 2 of the motherfuckers, and he was like, if you motherfucking Serbian bitches ever roll up on my motherfucking son again and try to kill him, like, tell Milkovich that I will burn this whole motherfucking city down. And so he was like, you know what? I'm gonna let her tell her, talking about the waitress that was standing there. And then he shoot the last dude in the motherfucking head. And he walked the fuck out as leisurely as he fucking came in. I was like, you know what, Walter, now I see why you the head of the motherfucking family, baby, because you can motherfucking get it. Walter need to have a bitch like me on his arm. I know he don't fuck with us, but was good, because he can get it. And the episode goes off. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a really good episode. There was a few little discrepancies there that I really didn't care for. But overall, I really enjoyed the episode, and I will give it an A-. an A- because of those few things. Other than that, I'm really still enjoying this show. Let me know how you all feel down below in the comments section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.